All right, and I think we're live. And today is Mardini day 29, volumetric. And I already created some design. It's kind of like abstract, but we'll see if, maybe we can create something else in the meantime. If not, we'll revert to what I have now. So let me open it up. All right, so I kind of already have it finished just in case we run out of time. But this was the setup I have. This kind of like abstract kind of design, fluid. So I can kind of go through what I did and then maybe we can create something else. So let's go inside the main setup. And so I started with a sphere and then I ISO offset. I scattered some points on there. And then we're just kind of doing a flip. Let me reset the viewport. So I just have like a wind force and a drag, and then it's kind of doing like this design liquid. All right, and then we go back. This is for the volume, so we're doing here a point replicate. Let me make the point smaller. So point replicate kind of adds more points within each point. Then point jitter, adjusting P scale, and doing a VDB, and then using the cloud tools, just adding some wispy noise. So it's kind of like that. And that's going out to another node in Solaris. And then from here in the DOPNet here, we're just creating a surface like that. Then right here, I'm coloring it with a curvature and scattering some points on CD. So then the red is a little bit tighter and then the green is kind of separated. And then here I'm adding a bit of noise. So if we go back, then I imported those points. And I'm just kind of adding noise with P scale here, changing some settings here in the ramp. And then we get our points. Yeah, so there's a lot of points, so that's why it's going into gray. And then here in the sub create is bringing in the volume. So just doing a volume here. And it actually doesn't need that peak because I was using it for something else. And then just adding some top lighting. Right there. And then we have some side lighting here. And then a light in the center. This is something else, but I didn't end up using it. We could actually turn it off. We're adding a caramel fog. You'll be able to see it in the render. Then a little bit of fill light with a dome and a camera. So we're adding the camera. Camera 2, I believe, is the one that I rendered. So we got this going on, and then our render, we're actually doing a few things here. So we're just kind of adding a background here with a blend with an over. We're brightening it. Then we're adding a glow right in the middle here. It's really just the brightest part, so it's picking up that glow. Adding some contrast. A little bit of chromatic aberration. And then I'm doing a soft light with a fractal noise here. Has a little bit of noise. It probably is hard to see, but that adds a little bit of texture on the gradation side of things. Like without it, it looks like this, and then with it like that. And that was it for pretty much for what I have in terms of the volumes or volumetric. So it's a pretty simple setup, but I'm thinking of maybe doing something else. If not, if it doesn't end up looking good, then we can just submit this one. But we can start another SOP create here. We'll go inside. And I'm thinking maybe the cloud generate. I think this is the same thing here. Yeah. Do a cloud clip. I don't see much of a difference. Let me see. I guess it has to be volume first. Forgot kind of how this was set up. Let's see. We can go into here into cloud effects and do like a setup. Okay, so it's cloud generate, then just a regular cloud makes it into that, and then cloud clip. Okay, got it. Oh, it actually did it on our setup here. So yeah, let's see. We'll add maybe 150, so it's more resolution. And we can use the wispy cloud noise, and maybe the cloud clip after. It adds like a little bit of noise displacement. So it's not like a perfect clip. Otherwise it's like this. And let's check it out with some lighting. Let's see. So I would do like maybe like a sky, Karma Physical Sky. And let's see what this looks like. There you go. And then we can turn off. Can we turn it off here? I think that's the main background there. All right. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple to start getting clouds. We have really good tools here in Houdini. And we can go back here and mess with this geometry. So we can... I was changing the wrong parameter. So we can change the width, the length of it, make it like a long cloud. Then there's this other tool. Hey Mandy, how's it going? How's your submissions going? Did you do anything for volumetric? Oh no, you fried your PC? Were you rendering something or simulating something? So here I'm using the volume deform, which is really interesting because you could use the like twist and bend and all that stuff. So if you wanted to create something quick, We could do like a bend. It's probably the wrong angle right now that I have. It's back to life. You're working on the submission right now? Cool. You're trying a layout cloud instances and render them, but the scene is heavy. Yeah. Yeah, it can get heavy. I'm not sure if maybe are you using the instances in LOPS, or is it you're bringing in SOPs, instancing and then kind of showing it in the SOP create? Yeah, LOPS instances is good. Hopefully your computer doesn't crash rendering. Mine's been crashing with heavy instances, and I have a 4090, and it crashes sometimes in the Karma XPU. It probably has to do with how much VRAM is loaded, but not really sure. Sometimes it just renders just fine. I don't know. Maybe I have another program open that's eating up resources. So yeah, the cloud deform is pretty cool. Or sorry, the volume deform. This kind of stuff was really hard to do. You'd have to use VOPs before, and now it's pretty easy to kind of do these kind of twisting effects. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of just messing around. Yeah, sometimes a reboot just kind of fixes everything. And then license issues. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I'm using the floating license, and when sometimes side effects is doing updates and stuff, it crashes my Houdini session. So I'm just used to saving like every couple minutes and versioning up as well. Just so I don't run into any issues. But yeah, so far, so good. Yeah, that's the only way, because if, you may spend like 5 minutes tweaking settings, but like you made a lot of progress in those 5 minutes, and then it crashes, and then you're like, oh crap, like I don't remember what I did, so you got to do it again. But yeah, I'm also kind of like that with saving multiple times. Yeah. Yeah, screenshot the IPR just in case. I did that in one of the streams. I think I was running out of time, and it was just taking really, really long to do the final render. Like, it didn't clean up all the samples, but the viewport was looking okay. So I was just like, let me just take a screenshot of the viewport and submit that. I can't remember which one it was, but it was taking a while. It might have been the crystal one that I did. The quartz kind of crystal. I'm not really sure. I think it might have been that one. The other thing you could probably do is open up the catalog, the render, I think it's render gallery, and then just take a screenshot when you're rendering. So if you're good there, like you take a snapshot and it should save one right away, but I'm not sure. No, I think it's might be trying to render the whole thing in the viewport. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, I just pressed it now. It's like I probably freezed it now. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I think it needs to finish and then you can take the screenshot. Oh wow, the image took 2 hours. That's crazy. That's a long time. Was it XPU or CPU? Yeah. Yeah, I've been running out of time too. But I kind of forced myself to do this, like these challenges. I'm trying to do them like in 2 hours. Most of them are under 2 hours. Some of them took a little longer. But yeah, that's kind of the main challenge. I've been wanting to do this Mardini for years now, and the best way for me to do it is just put myself to do it on a live stream. That way I'm kind of dedicated to do it. Otherwise I'll just be like, I won't do it today. I'll do tomorrow's, and then that doesn't happen. Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you wanted to see any of them, I've been recording all the streams. I have them on excuse me. I have them on my live. Like if you go to the channel, I think most of them are there, or all of them. And thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see what we can do with this. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. Maybe we could extend it a little more. Like go to the main cloud generate. We've got a little bit of more point separation. Kind of looks cool like that, cartoony. But maybe not. Let's see what else. So we got the cloud noise. We could add like maybe 200 or 250. Okay, here the twist went kind of over. I'm thinking, does the cloud normally just use any type of geometry? Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So you can even do like a font. And then extrude it. Extrude. I'm guessing it'll work. Yeah, cool. So it automatically makes it into like a VDB, I guess, and then you can do like if you wanted to. We could also do a scatter, or probably a scatter after the cloud. No, let's do an ISO offset. Then we could do like a copy to points. Right, and then we scale it down. Attribute randomize, and then we'll use P scale. And then we'll put that in the cloud. I don't know, maybe. So it kind of gives us that already, the cluster. Oh, the cloud clip, let's turn that off. Yeah, so I mean, you could do like motion graphic stuff with it. Like if you wanted to do that, and then I'm guessing you could also throw that into like a pyro or something, and then it can have like a wispy going away. Maybe. But yeah, just kind of messing around here. If you just joined, like I had already worked on something today, and what I ended up with was this. So this is our backup just in case we run out of time. All right, so let's go back to the regular clouds. And we did like a bend. Let's see, a twist. A twist kind of like breaks the shape of it a bit. All right, let's just remove this stuff. Add the cloud clip. And then what other cloud nodes do we have? We got billowy noise. Let's see what that looks like. It sort of puffs it up. Yeah, so it kind of erodes it a bit. Yeah, the noise on the bottom is a little too kind of coarse. So we can make the element size bigger. Maybe. Might be eating up too much. Yeah, I'm wondering with the instances if doing it in lobs, how heavy it's gonna be. Let me save again. Okay, we can try to do an instancer. Why did it give me that error? Bunch of Python stuff. Okay, let's hope it doesn't crash. All right, so we just got 2 points there. Let me turn off this here. Let's do it on Z. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so the lights was making it heavy. Yeah. Yeah, right now I don't have any lights on to set up here. Let's get this one out. So now we got like 3 spots there. We could also add a point. I'm thinking maybe a copy transform. I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not. Copy and transform. So if I do like a 180 rotation, okay, not enough space. And it needs to be on Z. Yeah, so it doesn't work with points. It doesn't keep the transform. So I'll just do like a scatter and a grid. Obviously, not that many points. Attribute randomize, and then we can do orient. That's not how you spell it. Orient. Let's see if it works. Yeah, not really. Let me pin this and then attribute randomize, kind of how we did before with P scale. So that one works. Cool. So yeah, with the instancer, you can do like really quick clouds. I mean, you could kind of tell some of them are duplicates, you know, with this same pattern here. But yeah, we're just messing around. Let's see what it looks like now. The viewport shader actually looks pretty nice. However, it doesn't look like that on render. I think the density on the cloud is a little too much. So let me add a material. Do an assign, and then in here we'll do a Karmov cloud material. Oh, now it looks weird. Okay, let's fix that. Yeah, I guess it needs shadow density. It's not gonna move with our instancer, so let's do a transform and move it up. Let's get a USD material. Okay, and then yeah, I don't get why it always adds a new one when I do a drag and drop. I guess because I already had these set up here. Let me try it again. So if I were to have this set up at the bottom and add it, yeah, it adds our other material there. Oops, wrong one. Let's go in here and make this reflective. Is this because of the bounce? Let's add another camera, or let's add a camera. So volume. Yeah, so it's our limit on our volume here. Yeah, it's still kind of weird because it doesn't look like, I don't think it looks like that from the bottom. Does it? Maybe. It might lose a little bit of light. Yeah, let me scale down this grid because it's causing me some issues with navigating. Let's turn this off. Yeah, let's look at the volume again. I'm not really liking how this looks. Let's change this to a grid right here and then scatter points on it. Yeah, I think this gives us a little bit better like longer clouds, and then we can always just add more points. It doesn't look the best from here, but I mean, maybe in a render might look okay. Let's check it out. It's kind of interesting. We can try a different light to see what that does for us. Let's do a dome light. Let's scale up the points or the spheres up. This looks kind of weird, but we could probably mess around with it, see what kind of effects we get. Maybe add an area light. That's all the way at the bottom. Yeah, clouds are pretty heavy. Now I understand why you were having crash issues or burning your machine. My computer's, you probably can't hear it, but it's like the fans are blowing hard. Alright, let's see. Nice, you're ready to render. Yeah, if it's gonna take an hour, you're pretty close to deadline, I think. I'm probably ready to wrap up in 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe. Let's see what I can build with this, and if it doesn't work, we'll just go to our backup. Let's add another light, and we can do like a different color. I don't know, purple maybe. And let's make it a point light. We could also try a sphere. I'm kind of just winging it. I didn't really have a reference or an idea of what to do today. Yeah, that light is not gonna work with this. Can I just do a light linker and remove it from the Karma Fog? But then it probably won't hit the fog with that. So this was light 5, I think. Okay, so it still lights up our cloud, but it doesn't give us that crazy volumes from that light. What if we change the color so it's not purple? Let me save It was kind of glitching a little bit. Or let's just move this to merge here. That's kind of weird. I guess because I did a light linker. That's weird. Okay. Let's just keep doing our lights here. Yeah, I don't know. Some like alien clouds or something. Lower the brightness a bit. I might have to use denoise, but I really don't want to for the render. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for all the samples to clear up for the clouds. That's right there just with the denoise. Probably looks super clear, but it kind of softens it up a bit. Yeah, like a fantasy kind of alien in the clouds. Yeah, it's radioactive, toxic, maybe aliens in it. Nice. You're gonna, how long do you think the render's gonna take? An hour? Hopefully not an hour. We'll start a new thing here. And now I'm thinking, like, what if we, let's do another SOP create. Yeah, this is a mess right now, but doesn't really matter right now. This is not a real project for a client or anything, so let's try the head, the test geometry head. And let's scale it up. I'm thinking, like, what if the head comes out of the clouds or something, but like in our cloud formation. Clip. And let's clip the bottom part. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll fill the back. And let's switch this again. Let's do 1, 1, 1. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more. What if I just make it instead cloud straight from there? Yep, I think this would work better. Yeah, this is too heavy of an effect. And this is way too much as well. No cloud clip. We could test this out and see how it looks with the lighting. Yeah, cool. Yeah, sometimes you can, I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing it, but sometimes you can just open the file that's currently rendering and see if it works. I use a quick look on Windows, so I just press spacebar, and sometimes it's able to show the render where it's at, and you could just screenshot that, if anything, maybe. Like if it's taking too long. Okay, so we have why is this volume not showing up? Ooh, did I mess it up? Oh yes, I did. Shoot. I need to open another instance of Houdini because I accidentally overrid our clouds that we made. I thought I went into the new cloud SOP cloud that I created, but I went to the main clouds. So we'll see if I have it saved and then just copy paste it in there. I believe it is. If not, we'll just undo as far as we could. Okay, with Mplay. Yeah, I haven't done that before. I don't know why I'm not a Mplay fan or person. I feel like that Mplay needs to get updated. Yeah, it looks like I might have gone over. All right, so let's undo everything here. So let's okay, that's where we were at. So I'm gonna open up another file that does have the head part. Go in here and copy that. Okay. Now we should be good. Oh, wait, that doesn't go here. It was instancing it. Okay. Now we can close the other one and save this one. Not sure why it's looking like that. I think our lights. Okay, our lights were too high. Yeah, we had it good before. I accidentally saved over the wrong stuff. All right. Let's bring this down as well. So we got to move the head down. And we'll probably break it up more with the clouds. And of course, save again. Yeah, like it's obvious that, you know, there's a head here, so I want to break it up more. Let me look at it by itself because it's taking long to kind of load it up. Yeah, right now. – 23 hours. Damn, that's too much. Can you even preview it in the viewport, like viewport render, or it's too heavy? Yeah, you gotta optimize something. Not sure what, but 23 hours is way too long. Oh, okay, cool. It's probably like the last like 20% of the samples take forever. But the render already looks clean. Sometimes I run into that. Like, it looks fine already. Why is it not done rendering? Yeah, I've been rendering with XPU like 512. I haven't gone any higher than that. And usually like 2K. Sometimes 3K. Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as you get a good looking render. All the renders you've done are pretty good. So if it's something like what you've done before, it should be fine. Kind of just messing around here, see what the best noise I can get. Everything looks too like fine and grainy. What's the default? 1. Okay. Wondering if the samples is not enough. Like, let's do 300. Yeah, grainy keeps like all the little fine detail. I also add grain at the end a little bit, like on most of my projects. Also, the like a color noise grain usually helps with banding of gradients. So yeah, it's always good to add some noise at the end. I like to add also chromatic aberration. I know a lot of people kind of don't like it, but if it's a little subtle, I think it's okay. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna look. Maybe I do need to add the billowy smoke or billowy noise. I was getting better results before. Not sure why it's looking crappy. I might not even do this one. I might just go with our backup. I don't know. We'll see. Our backup render. Let's also do a clip, but from the back of the head. Cloud clip. We'll do it after this one. I'll do like a regular cloud noise. Let's see what that looks like. It kind of looks like a rock cloud face. Let's lower the amplitude. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, let me remove the noise. It looks really bad. Yeah, now I can see the detail. Eh. Let's also make sure we match size it. Just make it into the center. Yeah, the cloud here or the light here doesn't look that great. So I'm moving it up. Maybe 12. Yeah, maybe something like that. And let's see. Let's turn off the visibility for the lights and do some more tweaks to the face. Looks kind of weird right now. Might be the angle too. And let's also add the cloud as well, the material to the face. Okay, yeah, now it needs the light, how we had it before. I remember like as a kid, I would always stare at the clouds and then be like, oh, I see a face, or I see like weird shapes, or like an animal. So this is kind of, I don't know, nostalgic cloud shapes. All right, let's see. Let me make the sphere a little bit bigger to fill up more. It's like, can you see the face? Maybe if I lift it up a bit. All right, let's bring in these other lights again. I like this camera angle here right now. And it's, okay. All right, I'll delete these because all I want to do is duplicate it and just move it on the same plane. So instead of worrying about the y-axis, I'll just duplicate it and then just move it on X and Z. And let's take a look now. All right, yeah, it's getting about that time to wrap up what I'm doing. We'll spend a bit more time here trying to move our lights, and then I'll get ready to render it off. Yeah, we'll see if, you know, which one's better to submit. Yeah, maybe like that, and this one can go inside. Or right here to the side. Oh, thank you. It's kind of just messing around. Nice. I think this one's a little too bright. And we'll grab this light as well and lower the brightness. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, if I don't win, it's okay. But I've been enjoying it. There's been a lot of really cool submissions. I'm really curious to see what you're working on. So I'll definitely check it out once you're finished. Yeah, everybody's really good. Everybody from like have different strengths. Like people from like effects, from procedural modeling, motion design. Yeah, it's cool to see the different mix. Yeah, so let's render this. Let's see just a physical sky and see what that does. Probably not. Let's do like a purple. Nah, I'll just leave it off. The other one has more contrast. Okay, so let's put here. Or what is it? Day 29. Volumetric V2. And we'll do 2500. Do $os.png. No, let's do EXR. 512. Okay. Saving it and it's tested. Oh, nice. Sunset scene with a hot air balloon. That's gonna be cool. Did you use vellum for the balloon? All right, let's render this. Okay, cool. Yeah, sometimes Vellum will just eat up time simulating. All right, I'm rendering now. Let's see how long that's gonna take. I'll give it like maybe 6 minutes tops. If not, we'll use our backup. There's an option to monitor it on MPlay. I haven't checked that out. I usually just go to the actual render and usually it shows up while I'm rendering, but yeah, from here, well, right here, I can also save so I can continue doing stuff. But you're saying that rendering it like this and go to MPlay, it'll work? Like I can see it? Or do I have to open up MPlay and render? Like up here? Is that what you mean? Render to MPlay on the top? Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. That's like flipbook. If we go to render, preview, and MPlay, it's not giving me an option. MPlay. Monitor MPlay. Hey, how's it going? AZFX motion. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Monitor MPlay. On the render node. Let's see. Monitor MPlay. There it is. Okay. Can I do it now while I'm rendering, or do I have to render a new one? All right, take care. Good luck compositing. Yeah, I'll try it out next time. But good tip. Yeah, I'm going to use that next time. That way we can see the render progress. Will there be a second live? I've been doing the lives every day. So we got like 2 days left. But you can check out, if you wanted to check out the past ones, I have it on my channel. On the live tab, I think, is where you go. Or there's a playlist that I have too called Mardini 2026. But yeah, this render's taking quite long. It's about 6 minutes now. I could show you the other one I was planning on using as backup just in case while this one renders. It's this one here. And like all it is like a sphere with flip fluids, and then it kind of, you know, with the noise, it kind of creates a shape, and then I'm using the points to copy spheres and kind of randomize the sizes, and then I have a light on the top, on the side, and in the middle. And I'm also using volumes for this little area here. Cool. I'm glad you like it. So yeah, I'm rendering this one. Well, this one's already rendered. The other one I'm rendering now, it's very different. It's just clouds, but it has like a shape of a face in the middle. I don't want to render it now just because it might slow down this render. But I pretty much have like 15 minutes or so to upload it to side effects. So if it takes too long, we're just gonna submit this one and just not worry about the other stuff. But in the meantime, I guess I can do screenshots of the nodes because that's something that they want to see. Wait, let's go back. Let's make sure we pin. Let's hide that and go up. And it's this setup here. We'll split the view again. All right, it's messing with some Joy of Vex earlier. All right, that's pinned, and then we go in here. No, not this one. I think this is the other setup. All right, so this is it, and then we can hide everything. Take a screenshot. Oh, how did I split it? With Alt and left or right bracket. Right bracket does vertical, and the left bracket does horizontal. All right. Now we can close these. And if you press Control T, you can add a new tab. So you can do like Alt right bracket and then add a new tab. And you know, you could use like Alt 8 or Alt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all do kind of different things. I accidentally did screenshot. All right. Oh damn, it's still rendering. It's at 10 minutes now. Yeah, I knew the clouds was gonna take a while to render. You could probably see it here. So this is kind of like the face in the middle and the clouds, and there's lights. It doesn't really look like this. It's just a bad representation with the viewport. Let me see if I can see it in the render. Okay, so oh, you know what? I also picked the wrong camera. But yeah, this is kind of part of the render. This is what it's looking like. V-Ray for Houdini. Yeah, I was using Redshift and I've been using Karma more now, more than ever before. I also have Octane as well. Just the reason too is that I'm not rendering with third party is because in Mardini you have to submit something that's like fully native. Houdini, you know, aside from maybe some Grayscale Gorilla textures and HDRs and mops as well, you can use. So let me go back. I had picked the wrong camera on our render. I might not have enough time to submit this one. And we were on camera 5. Camera 5, and let's do, let's just do 1080. Let's suspend, let's kill this render. And all right, so this is what Mandy was talking about. M-Play monitor, and then we can see it while it's rendering. It looks kind of bright. Okay, yeah, something like that. Man, that light is a bit hot. There's still data there. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna submit the other one. We're at 1150, so I'm gonna do the submission for the other one instead. Just because we're not gonna have time to fully render this one. I don't think we're like, yeah. We'll see. All right, so I'm gonna go into side effects on my other window or monitor, volumetric. So day 29, volumetric. We'll add 2 images. Gonna add that one there, and the other one is Let me open up my screenshots. All right. Yeah, so the one I submitted is this one here. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, this is the one I submitted. Just because we're still rendering on this one and I don't want to cut it too close. But I'll probably put this for the thumbnail for YouTube. It's about to finish now. I mean, technically I could have submitted this one. We still have 7 minutes, but yeah, we're pretty close. I don't want to cut it too close. Oh, thanks. Sorry, I had the chat minimized for a second while I was doing the other things. Yeah, I've seen the AI assist tool. Yeah, I'm gonna comp a little bit. I'm not sure what to think about it yet. Like I use, ChatGPT for certain Vex code and stuff like that, like more complex things that I'm not, familiar with, and it's usually to just kind of get quick results with different things. It's been super helpful, and it's also good to like learn from it. You could tell it to explain to you how it works and why it works. But what I've been doing is just kind of storing all my scripts and saving them so I can reuse them. Yeah, so this is that render. Let's bring it into cops. So we'll do another, we'll go in here. I already submitted, so I'm good with that, but I still want to comp this one. We actually have two here. I'm not sure which one would be the best. No, I keep importing. There it is. Okay. So let's go into composite. And yeah, I'm not sure why this came out so bright. Yeah, it came out really bright. Let's do a bright, I guess, maybe. It could be, yeah, it could be a color space. I'm not familiar with how to do the color space stuff here, and so this is aces here. So that was untoned. This was aces. It was still kind of bright. I could do like a contrast. I hope they get more tools here for cops to do normal compositing, not just post-processing stuff, but like to be able to do more complex things. Change it in the file node. Let me check. Raw. I don't know where to go. Open color IO, raw. Yeah, not sure. We'll kind of do it the wrong way. Loki vibes. I don't know if I finished watching Loki. I have to go back and check. I don't remember. It was a while ago. I like how some of these nodes have UI, so you can kind of move around. Let's do a lens distortion. Let's see what that looks like. Obviously, like, our noise is getting stretched. OCIO transform. There it is. Thank you for that. Let's see how it does. Original color space, I guess it would be Aces CG, I think. No, that doesn't look right. What's my render? Not this one. Oh, OCIO is disabled here. So I guess it would be raw maybe? Or linear? Let's try linear. Or like raw to Aces CG. All right, to sRGB, I guess. But I'm wondering if we do that at the very end, right? Like after our color processing. I put RGB, sRGB, or Rec 709 RGB. Yeah, they look the same. Yeah, the only thing is this stretching here, because we have a lot of noise, kind of getting that stretch. But we can like do a defocus just on the outside. So we can do defocus and do radio mask. This is a recipe I already saved. It just does that, and I could borrow the size reference here, and I could do the source, and the depth would be this one, and we'll pick an area here. Let's do something. Let's bring it down. Just not do shear. Bring the scale down and then do a transform. But I don't want to copy. No, clip. Yeah, maybe it's not working how I thought. All right, let's scale this up. All right, let's remove this. It's not working. Anyways, just adding like a little bit of blur. This is way too much blur. Let's see, f-stop. So that's adding more. All right, so if we add lens distortion, we kind of get rid of that noise stretching, but yeah, it's kind of wonky right now. All right. It might be too much like distortion. Like it went pretty crazy. But all of these have really cool kind of different things you can exaggerate on. And it's like really quick to process. That's kind of cool. There's like a parallax. All right, and then we can do a chromatic aberration. has too much. It's like soft here on the edges. Yeah. If we remove this whole thing, then we end up with this. I think it's probably better this way. Just for, you know, consistency with the noise. Right now it's pretty low noise, or it's pretty low samples, so that's why it came out like this. Let's see. Let's bring in or let's leave it here and let's tweak it here. Yeah, maybe something like that. Hey, Henry. Thank you. How are you doing? We're about to wrap up here. We're going to render the final. I already submitted a different one for Mardini today, but this is what we did live here today. So we'll do all right, so we're done with this render and let's check. So this is the one we did live today. And the one I submitted is different. It's this one here. Had a little bit more time to make it. So yeah, this is what I had time to submit before 12. And this is what we got for today. Cool. Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming again, possibly like at 10 Eastern time. So if you want to hang out and chat and just see what we can do in Houdini, feel free to join in. And if you wanted to see any of the other lives, they're also on my channel. Like you can check in the playlist, Mardini 2026, and you'll see all the ones we've done so far since March 1st. All right, guys, I'm gonna log off and thank you guys again for staying tuned, and I'll see you guys again later. Take care.